Seniors, many of whom didn't speak English well, confused because it was the middle of the night, and when you get a knock on your door in the middle of the night from a police officer, you might be a little scared. It was a really difficult situation. And it was possible at any moment that that situation could have gone very, very badly. People were tired, people were scared, nerves and tempers were frayed. And I'll tell you that my colleagues in the Calgary Police Service on the 20th hour of their shift treated those elderly citizens with such professionalism, such compassion, and such love that I knew at that minute we were going to be okay. And that's what we've seen over and over and over again in the last 7 weeks. Can you believe that it's only been 7 weeks and here we are at the Chinatown Street Festival? It is a testament, of course, to amazing public servants. And you know, when I say amazing public servants, I'm even going to include the politicians. The members of the Legislative Assembly behind me, Kent Hare, your MLA, the MLA for this area, Wayne Cow, Teresa Wupa, Jason Luan, and all of their colleagues from the Premier on down worked incredibly hard. The federal government worked incredibly hard. And I have to tell you, I am so proud of my colleagues on Calgary City Council, led as always by the undefeatable, powerful, strong, your Alderman, Alderman Drew Farrell, right here. But even more than that, Drew and I have 20,000 colleagues at the City of Calgary who get to wake up every morning and go to work and know that they're making the community better for somebody. And I have never been more proud, not just of the police officers and the firefighters and the first responders. I am proud of the garbage men. I think they have more fancy titles now, but I still call them garbage men, who drove those monster trucks for 18 hours a day, back and forth, up and down those streets to try and clean up those flood-damaged communities. I'm proud of the people in emergency social services who made sure those seniors who were being evacuated had a place to go. I'm proud of the people who defended our water supply to make sure we had clean, safe water through the entire crisis here and downstream, who actually risked their lives to make sure that would happen, because remember, they work in the river. We are so blessed to have public servants like that working for us, and on a day like today, I just want to celebrate the fact that we've got people who've chosen to make their careers in the public service and say, on behalf of all of you citizens of Calgary, thank you to them. But even they weren't the most important people during all of this flood. I'll tell you, I have gained so many images in my mind this summer. Some of them are horrible images. The Bow River and the Elbow River flowing higher and faster and angrier than I've ever seen before. Neighborhoods underwater, people who'd lost their homes. But I've gained a lot of other images like this one, of a community coming together to celebrate and show the world our resiliency, our strength, and our spirit. And the image that will never ever leave me is the image of selfless citizens, people like Ken right here, working incredibly hard to help their neighbors. The image of that citizen, covered from head to toe in mud and mosquito bites, cut and scraped and bruised, working incredibly hard to save the home of someone she'd never even met. There were hundreds and thousands of people like that in every neighborhood in this city. People who would tell me when I made the mistake of asking someone the question, were you affected by the flood? And the answer I got was, Mayor, I live in Forest Lawn. My basement is completely dry. We had no water in my neighborhood. But Mayor, we were all affected by the flood. And I've never even been to this neighborhood before in Rideau or Bowness or Chinatown. But I knew these people needed my help, and so I'm here. I heard that story hundreds of times, thousands of times over the last 7 weeks. And I realized that's what makes us strong. We politicians try to help. The public servants do amazing work. But what makes us strong is every single one of us together, using our own hands, our own hearts, and our own minds to rebuild our community. to rebuild our community even stronger. That's why all of you are here today. Hi, you thought you were here to enjoy Chinese culture? No. You thought you were here for food trucks? No. You were here because you were here to declare proudly to the world that Calgary is open and that Chinatown is open. And I'm going to give you some homework. It's summer vacation, but I'm going to give you some homework. And your homework is to continue to help building the city in whatever way you can. Through volunteering, through donating, through your financial resources, and through the easiest thing of all. For the rest of the summer and into this fall, I want you to eat. I want you to drink. I want you to shop. And I want you to take a special care to do that in those neighborhoods that were impacted by the floods. To show those businesses that we're looking after them and to make sure that not one single business closes its doors. The other thing I want you to do is I want you to look after your neighbors. We think it's over, and it's interesting that Annie said that the flood cleanup is almost complete in Calgary. It isn't. It isn't at all. We have many of our neighbors who are camping indoors. They're living in their houses, but there's nothing in their house. It's been stripped down to the studs. And those people are going to need our help. When the first day of school comes, sorry kids, it's only 3 weeks away. When the first day of school comes and they realize they don't have any school supplies. When Thanksgiving comes and they realize that all of that china that they keep in the basement is gone. When Christmas comes, our neighbors are going to be in a lot of pain. And it's our job as a community to make sure we lift them up, to make sure we know that they know that we as a community are looking after them and caring for them. So I hope you'll take that homework into your heart and make sure that we continue this job, because we will come back stronger, and we will come back even better. Have a wonderful festival, everyone.
Woo! Thank you very much, Mayor Nenshi.